This story is it's one of my favorites for my students because a lot of my students really like the colors of Polka the Pig. They love purple and they love pink. Raise your hand if you're one of those students who loves purple and loves pink. Well, this is the story of Polka the Pig. And polka and pig both start with the letter P. Look, polka, pig. And she has the letter P on her tummy. So let's get going with our story. Once upon a time, there was a pretty pig named Polka. She was pink and purple and polka dots. She wore a peace sign, which is this, and a petunia, which is this, it's a flower, and a picture of a pumpkin on her tummy, and she carried a pine cone and a pom-pom like a cheerleader. Wherever she went, Polka loved to go flying and then jump from the plane with a parachute, so she went on lots of adventures. Here she is. Polka went up in a plane with her parachute. Pete, the pilot, flew the plane. They both ate pickles while they looked out for a pretty place to jump with the parachute. When they found a pleasant place, Polka pulled on her parachute. Pete gave Polka a push and she jumped. After she was out of the way of the plane, she popped open her parachute by pulling a string. Polka's parachute made this sound when it opened. Puh, puh, puh. But Polka landed right in a pile of paste. She was all sticky and not a bit pleased. When Pete picked her up, she told him to be more careful about where he pushed her the next time. Uh-oh, was that a problem? I think it was. I wouldn't like to land in a pile of paste. The second time Polka flew in the plane with Pete, they ate more pickles while picking out a place to land. When they found a place, Pete gave her a push and out she went. Polka pulled her parachute string and what sound did it make? Puh, just like the P's on the parachute. Puh. And she landed this time right in prickly pine needles. Is that a good place to land or a bad place to land? Give me a thumbs up if it's a good or a thumbs down if it's a bad place. Polka was not pleased. The third time she flew in Pete's plane, she watched him very closely as they ate their pickles. Pete didn't even give Polka time to think before he pushed her out. She pulled the parachute string and puff, and slowly drifted down into a pool of purple paint. Polka was all painted, prickly and sticky, and not a bit pleased. When she saw Pete, she told him that he was no longer her pilot. She said, "Pete, you are just not doing a very good job." Polka went home and cleaned up and went to bed. She just wanted to forget the plane, the parachute, and Pete. She wanted to forget the paste, the prickly pine needles, and the purple paint, because those were just all awful. Polka slept and had a lovely dream about a princess named Penny. That's Princess Penny. Penny gave Polka a magic puffball in the dream. She told Polka always to take it parachuting with her. If she did, she would land only in pleasant places. When Polka woke up, can you guess what was in her hand? It was the puffball from her dream. Polka ran out and found Pete the pilot. Polka told him he could be her pilot after all. So up they went and down came Polka. Puff! Went the parachute and she landed on a pile of pillows. Then she went up again and puff! Went the parachute. She landed in a playground. And then puff! Went the parachute and she landed in a pansy patches, on pretty paths and in many other pleasant places, thanks to Princess Penny and the puffball. So I want you to think about what the problem was in this story. What was the problem and how was it solved? Tell somebody that's in the room with you about the story that you just listened to.